4. In this video, I am going over the GM23206-790 power steering wiring harness extension and giving you a straight, no-hype look at it. You will find a link to purchase this and other models at a discount in the description below the video. You can place your order right now. I cannot show my usual unboxing and close-ups today, so you'll see a screencast of the product page while I explain how this part fits into the steering system. This harness is a short plug-and-play extension for the electric power steering wiring on certain GM trucks and SUVs.
Did you know that the best discounts on Amazon last only a few hours? That's why I launched 2 channels where I publish the highest discounts on Amazon products in real time every day. Follow the link in the description and subscribe to our Threads and Telegram channels right now to consistently save money on your everyday purchases.
The factory wiring that plugs into the rack or steering control module is often routed very tight, and after a rack change or front-end repair, it can end up stretched or the connector can crack. The GM23206-790 harness plugs in between the vehicle harness and the unit, adding a bit of length and a fresh connector without any cutting or splicing. On screen, you can see the 2 molded connectors. Both ends use OEM-style plugs with locking tabs and keyed shapes, so they only go in one way and click when they are fully seated. The wire gauge and insulation look similar to other factory wiring, and there is a simple protective loom around the bundle. It feels like a proper automotive part rather than a flimsy universal cable. Compatibility is the first thing to confirm before you order. This harness is not universal. It is meant for specific GM platforms with electric power steering. If your truck has hydraulic steering or your rack connector looks different, this part probably will not fit. Matching the 23206-790 part number to your VIN, or at least comparing connector shape and pin count with your own harness, is the safe move. Installation is simple, but you still need to be careful. With the battery disconnected and the front safely supported, you follow the steering wiring to the rack or control module, release the lock on the original plug and unplug it, then snap one end of the extension into the rack and connect the vehicle side to the other end. Before you secure the wiring, turn the wheel from lock to lock and make sure the harness does not pull tight or rub on moving or hot parts, then fix it in place with clips or zip ties. The main advantage of using GM23206-790 instead of building your own extension is the OEM-style connection. The terminals are seated correctly, the seals are designed to handle water and salt, and the locking tabs feel sturdy enough for repeated use. If you don't want to solder or crimp in the driveway, that plug-and-play setup is the main reason to choose this part. There are downsides you should know about. Price is the obvious one. You're paying GM money for a short piece of wiring. If you're confident with electrical work, you can build a similar extension for less using sealed connectors and proper wire, but then any bad crimp or poor sealing is on you. Length is another limit. This harness adds only a small amount of slack, enough to replace a damaged plug or relieve tension, but not enough to relocate the steering module as part of a big custom build. You also shouldn't expect this harness to fix issues it was never meant to handle. Installing the GM23206-790 extension will not solve worn suspension components, bad alignment, noisy racks, or a failing steering module. It only helps when the original connector or short section of harness is the weak link. If warning lights, play in the wheel, or strange steering feel remain after installation, you need proper diagnosis instead of more wiring parts. My overall view of the GM23206-790 power steering wiring harness extension is that it's a simple, focus fix for a narrow problem. If you have a compatible GM truck or SUV, your steering harness is damaged or too tight after repairs, and you want a clean plug-and-play solution that keeps the wiring close to factory, this part can be a good answer as long as you accept the price and the short length. Confirm fitment before you buy and keep expectations realistic. If this overview helped you, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss future reviews.